If David Neres puts that away, forfeit rule. So for now, Tottenham are still alive. They're still breathing, they still have a chance. But if David Neres had put that away, forfeit rule. Ajax are the better team here. And Ajax's performance showed that. I think we were right in saying they're the favourites for this tie and they're just categorically the better team. Yes, Tottenham are missing the Sunrise in the East. Yes, they're missing Harry Kane. Yes, they had a lot of injuries. But I just feel that even if they had even if they had Son and Harry Kane, who are players who play further higher up the pitch, Ajax's midfield is just far superior. I remember the midfield is where you really control the game, and Ajax's ability on the ball, ability to find the pass, their intelligence on the ball, their movement, the precision in which they pass, how quickly they pass, how they keep the ball on the ground, and the crispness to their play, I just think is far superior to Tottenham's. So I just think, looking at Tottenham, why didn't you start Sissoko? Now, obviously, when I was doing my live stream, remember, hit me, follow me on Twitch for my live stream and everything. What I said on Twitch was, if Sissoko is fit enough to be on the bench, start him. And some guys said, Sissoko had just come back from an injury, so he wasn't fully fit. No. Game is too important. This is your home tie. And it is very important that you hold down the fort in midfield. Start Sissoko. Because when Sissoko came on in the second half, he was arguably the best player on the pitch. He was arguably the best player on the pitch. So in our first half, Tottenham, they had no main midfield. And I think first 6-7 minutes, you could see guys were finding the range. But once Ajax really found their flow, they controlled the game. And I think, let's just be real, they disrespected Tottenham. It was a complete and total disrespect. They came to Tottenham Stadium, the new stadium, by the way, brand spanking new stadium, and they controlled, they dominated, they moved the ball around, they treated it like it was their home stadium. They treated Tottenham as their away team. So Tottenham were literally just using long balls. Eriksen was having the ball, trying to do balls over the top to try and find space. But the guys who controlled the texture and the temperature of the match was for Ajax. Ajax are really good. Ajax are really good. I mean, pick a name. Tadic, De Jong, Van der Beek, David Neres, De Ligt at the back, Tagliafico is even pretty good. But let's give a shout out to Van der Beek, man. Yes, he scored the goal. Very good goal because it was great movement by him. He plays a very key role. And I think it's what we're seeing a lot in football right now is the number 10, the guy who makes that run from midfield. Because obviously, if you're static and you're a striker or you're a winger, you're pretty much static there. But the key thing and the most dangerous players are those guys that make those runs from deep, because those are the runs you never see. Are those runs from deep. So I just think that his movement was amazing off the ball. How good and how slick he was on the ball was very key. So I think all those things put together, I just think makes for what I just thought was a fantastic player. But I think, when you look at the goal, if you look at it closely, the Tottenham guy's shoulder, I don't know who he was actually playing him on side. And his movements were so good. The ball play to him was so slick. I think it was Ziyech who played the ball. He pretty much had ages to pick his time and score. And I think what messed Lloris up was, Van der Beek, he didn't rush it. It was that hesitation. Lloris blinked first. He went down on the ground. As soon as he went down on the ground, Van der Beek just put his bottom left-hand corner. And Ajax could have, and that's the thing about this game is that, Tottenham came back. Was the other Tonga got injured. But the difference with which you saw Sissoko come in and just change the game was huge. Because literally, as soon as he came in, the midfield was stronger. He was getting interceptions. He was winning the ball. He was driving the ball forward. It was hard for him to get knocked off the ball. Tottenham now had a better presence in midfield, and they were actually beginning to control the game when he was in there. So it just goes to show how important Sissoko is to this team. Sissoko is just so supremely important. So I just thought, the key thing is that Ajax could have ended this tie. 100%. I think that is why I thought Pochettino made a very wise move, bringing in Foyth and Ben Davies. Because I think he said, we're going in here and bringing much more defensive wing backs to try and chill. Speaking of wing backs, Class B. Class B. Trippier, that was trash. That was trash. Danny Rose wasn't great either. But at least he did some good interceptions and he did bring in an option out wide. I don't think Trippier put in one good cross in. I don't think he put in one good cross in. And I just, how wayward his balls in were. And remember, you see, Ajax's approach was keep the ball, move the ball, keep the ball, move the ball. Tottenham's approach was really dependent on the wing backs, especially without a Son and Lucas Moura having to do so much stuff by himself. They were dependent on the wing backs, and when you're dependent on the wing backs, your crossing has to be good. Has to be good. If you're crossing from deep, get that ball right into the penalty spot area. If you get to the byline, get to the byline and either put the ball across the keeper or cut the ball back. Neither Trippier or Danny Rose did these things well, but specifically in Trippier, look, if let's say you put 10, 15 crosses in, 7 or 8 won't be that great. Give me 3 or 4 good crosses. I think if we're going to talk about averages, Trippier puts in maybe 10, 15 crosses, maybe 1 or 2 were worthy, and about 11 or 12 of them were complete trash. That's not good numbers. That is just not good numbers. And especially when you've got someone like a Llorente in there, he is feeding off of that, and that's just not good. But Ajax, for me, you see, Ten Hag, I think he'd be pissed off. He'd be happy, but he'd be pissed off because he will know that we should have ended this time. Tottenham were there for the taking. As in, they were totally hamstrung with having both Son and Kane not around there. But I think for Ajax, especially in the second half and the kind of breakaways they had, I just think, yeah, we look at that David Neres chance, which was an amazing chance, inches away. If he inches to the left, it would have been in. But they had the ability to cut open Tottenham because I think defensively, they kept things nice and firm. And they weren't threatened by much by Llorente. So the platform was there for them just if with the right pass and the right kind of run to open up Tottenham, and they would have ended this. But I think, look, it is what it is. But see, at 1-0, it's still good. They are winning the game. But it could have been 2 or 3. It could have been 2 or 3. And that is why you saw at the end Ziyech put his hand on David Neres, because David Neres knew that could that come back and haunt Ajax? Because if Tottenham are going to go through, that's going to be key. People will look at that mess because David Neres scores that 2-0, 2 away goals, game over. Game over. Game over. Because Ajax will definitely score at least 1 goal at their home stadium. Can this guy score 3 or 4? It's not happening. It's not happening. Can they score 3? No. It's not happening. So, but look, but overall, man, I have to just say, man, I've got to give this Ten Hag and these players a lot of credit. Yeah, you can talk about Tottenham being weakened and so forth, but then on the flip side, they are more experienced. The Tottenham guys are an older team. They've played more games than these Ajax guys, but the confidence once Ajax got into their game, the confidence with which they moved the ball around, told him, man, whenever you see this one-touch passing, it's great to look at. It's very difficult to defend. Trust me, anybody who has played football will know that it's a lot easier if a guy is trying to isolate you, if a guy controls the ball and he's like trying to beat you on the dribble or he's thinking about what he wants to do, then that's a lot easier to defend. But trust me, when you're the opposing team and the team you're playing against is using one touch, nobody controls the ball. As soon as they have the ball, hit it, or they control the ball within a second, control, boom, control, boom, 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 control, boom. It's almost impossible to defend. And once Ajax were getting into that kind of groove, as I say, it was great to watch, and I appreciate Tottenham's difficulty in trying to stop them. I think for Pochettino, I think even he appreciated and the team appreciated that, you know what, they may be young, they may be inexperienced, they may be brilliant prospects. This is a supremely talented side. This is a really talented side. These guys are really good, and I think pretty much almost the scary thing is that almost everybody in this Ajax side knows how to play. Like, almost everybody has the ability to control the ball, has good technical skill, and is intelligent in the ball. So that's such a great thing to have, where you can pass the ball to the left back, the right back, the DM, the centre midfield, the right wing, left wing, and they can control, they can dribble, they can move in tight spaces, they can make the right passing decision. So it's just great footballing philosophy. It's a great footballing philosophy. So as we stand right now, Tottenham are not out of it. Tottenham are not out of it. If they score early, they start strong, it changes the whole thing. If they can score early in Amsterdam, it changes everything. And remember, Ajax's wins have come away from home. The wins have come away from home. Like, they lost to Real Madrid at home. They drew against Juventus at home. So Tottenham can maybe take some confidence in that. But the key thing is having Son back will be huge. 1-0 is not the end of the world. 1-0 is not the end of the world. So I just think for them, they like start strong, go strong and everything. Ajax, it's in your hands. You're winning the tie. You will have your crowd behind you. The crowd is behind you. And the crowd are going to try to urge you on to move towards this final. And I think Ajax know that, look, we know that we can beat them. We know we are better than them. So that's it for Ajax. I think that's a great psychological advantage to have. Yes, they'll be pissed off that they didn't get a second, third, fourth goal, but they know that we're the better team. So if we play a game, we'll beat them again. If we play a game, we'll beat them again. You know, see, I felt that Ajax were the better team against Real Madrid, 100%. You saw that, but they didn't really execute well in that first half. So in that first leg. So for Juventus, I thought it was pretty even, but I think they really imposed themselves in that second leg. So I think what Ten Hag will say to his boys is that we will have opportunities. We've got to take them because we had opportunities against Real Madrid in the first leg. We didn't take them at all. We had opportunities against Juventus in the first leg. We didn't take them. We must take these opportunities. I think the key thing of what Ajax will know is that let's take these guys down. Forget, almost go into the game as like it's 0-0. Let's just now totally rip them apart. Let's totally rip them apart and cut them open. Because again, Ajax know that if they win, they're through. Any kind of draw, they're through as well. Ajax are the favourites. They're the favourites, but football is a crazy thing. Tottenham, as of right now, I think they're outside shots, man. It's a long outside shot. But people will say that there were long goals to beat Man City as well. Obviously, it's different now because now coming from a losing proposition. But man, if there's one guy who understands what it means to come up big against all odds, it's the Sunrisers in the East. I think with Son, he knows what he has to do. He knows what is required of him, and I think he is ready to say, you know what, I'm ready to take up the mantle and ride, man. So, see what goes down, man. Let's see what goes down. It's good. Because remember, when they play, they will know who they face in the final. Because remember, the Liverpool Ajax game is on a Tuesday. So they'll be playing, know that we know who will be playing the final. So I think Ajax are going to do it, but don't count out Tottenham just yet. Prospects. Thanks for watching the video. Now think about becoming a Football Hot patron by pledging an amount each month and then gain access to exclusive content only on the Football Hot patron page. Peace. Head over to the official site at halffootballhot.com or just click over here.